Hi Terry, it's great to be here with you to talk about LEDs. Of course, you're the Director of Engineering for the American Lighting Association,
right.
but also the resident LED expert.
We'll see.
So let's start with the basics.
Okay.
What is an LED?
An LED is a light source. It's a different light source than incandescent or what's familiar to most people, but it stands for light emitting diode, which means it's a piece of crystal, and when you pass electricity through it, light comes out.
And what are the advantages of LED over standard incandescents?
Well, it's cool, it's bright, it doesn't take much energy, and it lasts a long time.
And you can also do a lot of interesting things with LEDs, because I see these light fixtures that have very unique designs, where LEDs, you can run them as a thin strip, you can bend them, you can put them in all kinds of artistic creations.
Yes, you can put little bits of light, and if you need more light, you put more bits, and all of a sudden you have a whole area of light if you want that, or if you need just a little bit of light, you have that. And you can focus them, put reflectors around them, project the light out. They are very flexible optically.
But what if you still want the look of a traditional light bulb? You like that look, I'm kind of attached to that look a little bit. What can you do with LED?
Well, you can put one in a light bulb, and it will look just like a light bulb, and they're getting better and better. The first ones, maybe not so much. But now, since we started seeing those about 2006, they've gotten much better. So if you haven't seen an LED lately, it's time to take another look.
Well, it's kind of hard these days to actually sometimes tell the difference between LEDs and our old incandescents.
Exactly.
But what about the quality of the light output? Because I feel like some folks are concerned that the light tends to be a little cool or maybe a little blue with an LED. Can you still get that warm light that you get from a traditional incandescent?
Yeah, one thing about LEDs is they're available in more tints and shades, so you have to buy the warmer color. And it's best to go to a store where they're on display, so you can put your hand out and you say, oh yeah, that's the way it looks. Or if it's too cool or too warm, you can choose another one. They should have them all there. So you have a choice now where you didn't before.
And what about if you're kind of familiar with the old 60-watt light bulb? Well, now I know everything switched to lumens.
Right.
Do LEDs operate the same way? You need to look for lumens to figure out what you want.
That's right, because really when you bought that 60-watt light bulb, you were buying light. You didn't buy that light bulb for its wattage, you bought it for its lumen output.
Okay.
So you might as well figure out what those lumens were and buy an LED bulb for the same number of lumens. And there are little charts and graphs that show you, and even on the lamp package, they will tell you this is equivalent to a certain wattage of light bulb if it's incandescent.
Now, what about LED fixtures? Are they dimmable?
Yes.
Okay.
And they dim almost as well as we're used to with the older incandescent technology, but not quite there yet, so try it out. And do ask questions, because dimmers are getting better too, and you want to be sure you're getting a dimmer that matches the LED type that you're using. So there's a matching question and also a, is this new technology kind of question. But in this case, new technology does much better dimming than we've had in the past.
Now, you mentioned earlier something that I found really fascinating, which was this idea of resilient lighting, because we think of LEDs and all the decorative options you can have, but what about the practical side? Can you explain a bit about what that is?
Well, yes, LEDs can do some things that incandescent lamps can't or never could, really, because they draw too much electricity. So let's say, with respect to resilient lighting, that you would want a lighting fixture that would light if the power were off. Let's say the lightning and storm or earthquake or whatever, and the lights are out, but you still would like to live kind of a normal life in your house. So you could buy a resilient lighting fixture, a table lamp, say, with a battery in it. And that battery would last for a day, 2 days, 3 days, depending upon how much you used it.
Well, that's something worth paying attention to.
I think so.
I appreciate your time today. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.